What up, everybody? It's iPadbeatmaking.com here today on Friday, April 9th, 2021, giving you some news you can use. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like, as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss out on the latest news, tips, tricks, sales, updates, beats, and more. What an Easter it was for the iOS music making community. The sales were crazy, and if you're subscribed, then I'm sure you saw the video we did covering all the sales here. But let us know, what did you grab and why? Did the sales have any items that you really wanted for a while and you finally saw it on sale and just went for it? What were those apps? Let us know down in the comment section. And we want to do more with the iOS community. We want to know who's trying to collab on some tracks. What are your talents? What's your music genre of choice? And what apps are you using? Let us know and shoot us some links to your music by emailing us at iPadbeatmaking@gmail.com. Now we've got a couple new music apps to highlight, the first of those being Mynth. Mynth is a new intuitive and powerful synthesizer by FingerLab. Draw the oscillator's waveforms, adjust frequencies using filters, and control any parameters with the LFOs to create unique sounds. Possibilities are endless. If you prefer, just explore the 96 factory presets to discover Mynth's wide sound palette. Finally, turn on the arpeggiator, add some effects, and you're ready to record a track using the built-in live recording module. It's important to note that in the Mynth free version, you only get 12 factory presets and some of the features are locked. The features include 8-voice polyphony, 6 octaves, 3 oscillators, a DSR envelope filter, 2 dynamic filters, Moog ladder, Korg low pass, resonant string resonator with ADSR envelope editor, 4 LFOs to control any parameters with configurable waveform and attack decay envelope editor, 96 factory presets, and the ability to create your own presets. And it's free to download with a $4.99 unlock for the full version. And next up, we've got CH21 Chorus, and this is a 3-in-1 chorus, flanger, and vibrato AUV3 effect, and it features delay, feedback, LFO, and mix control. It's currently $2.99, so be sure to check those apps out. Now let's move on to update. First, we've got the Gauss Field Looper, where they fixed the minor issue with the AE parameter types in some hosts. LK for Ableton Live and MIDI has an update that addresses send MIDI when editing MIDI automation, enable grid context menu in live mode, on save as, confirm overwrite if user chooses name of existing project, mark project is changed when automation is modified, add background clip feature to live mode, add MIDI file name to clip when importing, add drag and drop support of MIDI files to AUV3 without the import dialog, fix background clip notes when its notes change, fix scene follow action stop, fix selected track scene clip when opening properties context menu option, fix composer visibility when clip is audio in the live mode, fix composer automations editor visibility bug, fix Ableton Live set export button, fix the automation recording with and without the overdub, fix stuck notes when saving or changing project, and fix the MIDI export to include automations. So quite an extensive list on that update by one of the most updated apps on iOS, LK. Multitrack DAW is showing signs of life with a update that has a new low price. Basic multitrack now comes with 2 tracks and with all features enabled. If you bought multitrack before this version, you will of course retain your track counts in all previous purchases. Tracks can now be purchased in multiples of 8, up to a total of 32. This update features a new MIDI piano keyboard controller for audio unit, music devices, or instruments with pitch bend, mod wheel sliders, and scalable key widths. Automatic velocity and aftertouch on supported devices. It's got a new look. Menus and controls pop-ups are translucent, blurred, dark material. You can now mix down stems as separate tracks into a folder with normalized options, and with normalized on, tracks will be rendered as loud as possible before clipping. With normalized off, tracks will still be rendered as loud as possible before clipping, but will maintain the relative volume to other tracks. Audio unit plugin view can now be moved and resized and remain on screen. It also supports multiple AU instruments open at once on an iPad. Extra effects bus added for a total of 2 effects buses. The large pop-up volume controls now have an easy-to-read VU meter and a return a 0 dB button. AU and IAA plugins in the effects chain now have individual power buttons. So that is a very extensive update. Are there any multi-track DAW users? Let us know down in the comments. What do you think of it? How do you compare it to the more modern DAWs of today? Does it stand toe-to-toe with them? Is it worth the price of entry? Let us know. And Piano Motifs has an update with the new motif arrangement function now being available. You can now arrange your motifs to create longer musical pieces, create your own song structures using different motifs for different song sections. New voice leading arpeggios, accompaniment style, as well as new chord progressions. AudioKit Synth 1 Synthesizer has a really cool new update that features a full free synth tutorial iBook by award-winning sound designer Francis Preve. Preset bank called Synth Tutorials are a companion to that book, and everyone involved with this app is a volunteer musician and coder, so shout out to them for this really cool update that will hopefully empower a new set of people with these tutorials. New Rack AEV3 effects processor has been updated to version 1.37, and they fixed an issue with pitch bend module limits and added new options to MIDI monitor as well as other minor fixes. And Atom Piano Roll had several updates, and this app just came out. It now has a user manual. You can find it in the Instances app menu. Tapping will now preview notes in the piano vertical keyboard. Thank you so much for this update. That was a really big pet peeve, and it's nice that that's now been fixed. Powerful new swing controls. You can apply negative swing, nudge the timings, or control the durations. Drag and drop not just MIDI, but also script styles or configurations onto your clips, and they will immediately apply to your session. Want to try out a different skin or bring your controller to life? Just drag and drop. Easily import and use code that others wrote. Scripts now support message logging. A new directory called Logs is created in your Atom folder containing log files. Devices input and output ports are automatically logged for convenience. Use console.log to log a custom message from your script. Controller scripts specifying an input and output port can now use either the short name or the longer label for port identification. Added new ways of visualizing velocity with colors, opacity, bar positioning or thickness, or the numerical value itself. Added new ways of visualizing pitch, octave colors, highlighting in and out of scale notes, and others. Added a plethora of additional example styles to get you inspired. Fixed an issue where certain controllers like the launch key MIDI would emit high-pitched sounds when manually routed. MIDI clock is now passed through with Novation controllers when routed through clips. CC messages are now passed through when routed through clips. Mutation panel controls are now reset to default after baking non-destructive processing operations. The velocity offset slider is now more accurate. So shout out to that developer. That is a very extensive list for an app that just came out. So if you have not downloaded Atom 2 Piano Roll, be sure to check it out. It's only $9.99 and it's totally worth it. Apogee Maestro has an update, and this version includes new firmware for the Hype mic as well as the Jam Plus. And we're still keeping our fingers crossed for duet compatibility with the USB-C iOS devices. Bruce Free has updated the AEV3 user interface, new gain control, minor processing bugs fixed, as well as performance improvements. And Roland Zen Beats has a highly anticipated update where they simplified automation editing. Timeline and editor fades now includes curve shaping, improved MIDI clock support, MIDI import fixes, this is huge, as well as bug fixes and enhancements. And Mini Moog Model D synthesizer as well as Model 15 modular synthesizer are stated to have sound engine and AEV3 improvements, but I would caution against this update. A lot of people are saying it's taking up much more resources than the last version, so I would hold off on that update for now until Moog issues a fix. And Drambo has been updated, and they've added support for multi-channel audio interfaces, analog filter module with 6 types of nonlinear filters, 4 times oversampled high-quality processing, external CV instrument module to control external modular synthesizers via DC-coupled audio interfaces, audio out module, tap tempo, MIDI to CV module, and added voice allocation type setting, as well as bug fixes and stability improvements. Now, I don't know how to pronounce this app name, so I'm just going to say TAL-U-NO-LX, has a delay and reverb effect added, new preset browser added, updated user interface, and MIDI channel filter in standalone version. And Decent Sampler has fixed a number of bugs having to do with the loading of samples. There will probably be another release that fixes more of these issues soon. Now let's move on to sales, and I gotta say there aren't many left. Last weekend really took the cake with the sales for Easter, and now we've only got a couple. The first of those is Evolver FX AEV3 audio plugin. It was $9.99, it's currently $7.99. URecord Pro was $9.99, it's now $4.99, and the Boss LED dial distortion was $4.99 and it's now $2.99. And with that said, we're about to get out of here. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to hit the like button, as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on the latest news, tips, tricks, sales, beats, reviews, updates, and more. And be sure to check out some of the best sound kits available for iOS at iPadbeatmaking.com. It's iPadbeatmaking.com. Peace.